Ryan Elliott, Boxing News. We're in Sunderland. Adam Smith. We had a bit of everything tonight. We had some exceptional young talent on show, and then as far as world title eliminators go, emphatic from Pat McCormack.
Absolutely loved tonight. Shame Eddie wasn't here because I know he's in Mexico, but Frank put on a fantastic show, and it really was. It was brilliant. Brilliant being back in the Northeast. Haven't been in Sunderland for a long time. Obviously very close to Savannah Marshall from Hartlepool, and Glenn McCrory from Newcastle, and know Billy Hardy well from Sunderland, and Tony Jeffries back in the day. Lots of great fighters from the Northeast. I was pretty close to Nigel Wright as well from Crook, and Michael Hunter, and the list goes on. Lewis Ritson. Really good to have Pat McCormack headlining here in Sunderland. I thought he boxed really well. I thought it was a fantastic performance. And look, Leo Atang was shone again. TMA 8, and I think it's a superstar in the making. And what a win for Troy Williamson. It was a great night.
Just to go back to Pat McCormack, obviously brilliant performance. We're waiting to see how that WBA title picture clears up now. We know Rolly's got business to take care of. I think a domestic route makes sense next, maybe a Conor Walker fight, just something to keep him busy and competitive as well.
Stanley Edwards said in commentary he thinks Pat McCormack beats Rolly Romero tomorrow. Conor Walker's probably the right fight, great domestic dust-up, maybe in December. Then if he wins that, McCormack will be looking for a European title shot or an international opponent. I think he fights for a world title back end of 26, and I think he wins one.
So on Troy Williamson, a brilliant win for him tonight. Spirited performance, but I think the difference tonight we saw was just a proper pro against someone Mark Dickinson who'll be maybe disappointed with how things went before the fight.
Yeah, I like Mark a lot, and I think when he turned over there was a lot of high hopes for him and anticipation, but coming in 5 pounds over at the weigh-in, not a great look, and losing that English title before you even get in the ring. Listen, he battled hard tonight. I don't know how much the weight was an issue for both of them, actually. I thought he started well, Dickinson. I thought that Williamson came back in the middle rounds, and then I thought Dickinson was just edging ahead again at the stoppage. So it was a fantastic win for Troy Williamson. It was a great fight. We could see that again, and it just goes to show that after 3 defeats and at 34 and a last chance saloon, you dig deep and you come out with something like that. He sold hundreds of tickets, and yeah, it's going to be great if you can get Troy Williamson and Pat McCormack maybe against Conor Walker on a bill up here in the Northeast again, December, maybe early next year. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
It's a monster week of boxing next week, excuse the pun. We'll start there then. Naoya Inoue against Murodjon Akhmadaliev. Brilliant fight. Akhmadaliev's been calling for it for a long time. How do you see it going? I think
Naoya Inoue is a special fighter. I think he finds a way, but I think it's a good assignment for him. It's probably the right fight at the right time, and but he is just a monster, isn't he? And he's a very, very skilled fighter too. But that power is just extraordinary for a guy of his size. And I love Inoue. So yeah, look, it's a fantastic week of boxing. Canelo Crawford, obviously the once in a generation type fight, and Crocker Donovan, where we are with DAZN in Belfast, is massive. That rematch in Windsor Park, I cannot wait. So yeah, look, you can't be everywhere. I'd love to be in Vegas to see, I think, Terence Crawford beats Canelo, and I think that it's going to be his coming out party. I'd love to be there, and Canelo, of course, an all-time great. But listen, I love Ireland, and I'm pleased to be in Belfast with DAZN for Crocker and Donovan. There's something about an all-Irish fight which is fantastic, and it was great and controversial first time around. It's even bigger now, so let's chat over there and get on with it.
Just a quick one on Canelo Crawford. I heard you pick Crawford. You just said it there. How much of that is down to timing, and how much of that is down to styles?
A bit of both. I think Canelo is approaching 70 fights. He's been beaten before. Crawford remains undefeated. I think that the jump up is big, but I think he's got the speed, the IQ, the experience, the know-how to be able to handle it. If he's switched on for every minute of every round, I think he wins, and I think he announces himself to the world on Netflix, and I think he deserves it. I think Terence Crawford's only been really known to the trade fans. Canelo, obviously, a bigger name, bigger star, and look, I fancy Crawford in this fight. Look, nothing against Canelo. Maybe it's a little bit of time in the skull fight. I don't know, but there's plenty that fancy Canelo. Be too big, too strong, too good. It's Crawford for me.
All right, Adam, safe travels, and thank you for speaking to Boxing News.